Sorry guys, this is the second part to my video. Whenever I do a video now, for some reason, I'm just using my camera. On this phone I'm getting adverts telling me no thanks. So I'm trying to record a video and I've got an advert coming up saying no thank you, which is completely odd when you're just filming on the camera for an advert to come up, no thank you. It's annoying as well. So today I've got a Sainsbury's delivery. Crystal has got a Sainsbury's delivery today. You have to eat, you have to look after yourself, however sad and upset you're feeling about the loss. As does anyone who's lost a family member, you have to feed yourself, keep hydrated and go outside into the real world and get some fresh air. That's what I'm doing. I'm not doing anything else today. I'm not going up to London. I don't think it's safe, especially for a woman on her own, to go up. I can't drive, so I would have had to have gone up to Victoria by a train. This time you want to be with somebody. You don't want to be stood there by yourself. If there's 20-hour waits, you're going to be waiting 24 hours to see a coffin, and basically you're going to be waiting in the dark. And things like this, remember people, does not stop crime. It doesn't stop thieves. It doesn't stop crime going on. Right, doesn't. However much we get televised on the telly, all the things that are going on, it does not stop crime behind the scenes. However small, it still goes on. So be careful with your belongings, and be careful who you are speaking to. I know it's bad to say, but things do go on. And you've got to be careful. That's why I'm not going up there by myself. My son is away in another country. I'm on my own. I've got my mum to look out for as well. She rings me every day and leaves her answer phone message, so I know my mum Jennifer is okay. I'm keeping well inside my flat by myself. You've not only got to keep your physical self okay, but your mental self, because when things like this go on, you go inside yourself. You know, people with depression stay indoors. They go inside themselves and they cut themselves off from other people because they feel depressed and upset, right? I told you, depression, you know, it takes a hell of a load of strength just to open that front door and say, fuck it, I'm going outside and I'm going to do this. When you're depressed and your mental health is suffering, right? You can't help it. Depression is a thing that just seeps over you and you can't help it. You don't want to do anything. And like I said, just opening the front door and speaking to people is a no-no when you're depressed and you're upset. It's absolutely a no-no. You don't want to speak to anybody. So it's important not to only maintain your physical health, exercise, but to keep your mind on other things. When somebody dies, not only the Queen, but a family member or someone close to you, it's very upsetting. It can really tear you apart. And the whole nation has lost a monarch, and everybody should be upset. And everyone is upset, especially people that go and stand by that coffin. They are getting emotional. Some people don't know how to react, and it won't hit them till weeks after the Queen's been laid to rest. The royal family have been so busy that they haven't had time to grieve properly, especially King Charles. He's here, there and everywhere, and you know, even though they've got privilege and they've got money, you've got to admire him because he is keeping it together and having to do all these things while his mother's passed on. And Princess Anne is another one that is being very, very cool, calm and collected. And Prince William and Harry have lost their grandmother and they're behaving like mature adults because they were kids when they lost their mother. And they're going through another death, and that's upsetting. And then, you know, so I admire them for that, holding themselves together when everybody else probably would fall apart about losing their mum. Like I said, you know, the news is dominated by the Queen's death. And poor people are having to go to work, kids are going to school, teachers have to teach. And we've just been given one bank holiday, the workers have. One bank holiday. People are going to have to visiting the Queen's coffin after work, taking their kids after school. I think the population deserves more, to be honest. And I don't think it's been well organised when poor people have had to wait. Elderly. The Queen is old, she's 96. A lot of her followers are in their 70s. You know, I don't think it's been well organised for people at all. Even though this has been supposed to have been discussed for over 30 years. The Queen dying, the preparations, I don't, for the public, haven't been well thought out. And more people would have liked to have gone, but they're working. I don't think it's been thought out. I don't think the public have been thought about enough. And you know, things are ancient, and perhaps now the Queen has passed on, this country can have rules that are relevant to the age we live in. The judicial system is old. Everything's old, you know. We need it revised, revamped, and relevant to the age that we live in. I admired the Queen very much, and I respected the Queen, but we were living in the Queen's age, and we should be more up to date. That's what I believe. We should be more up to date with the law and everything else. It's all outdated and needs redoing. Right, I'm going to make myself a cup of coffee. I hope our Queen rests in peace when she's finally put to rest on Monday, and that everyone can get to grieve properly and then get on with their lives. See you later.